Welcome Street Rats to Night City. I'm the one and only Moxie 11, bringing you slightly biased news footage from the fourth wall. Last time our group was mostly separated and injured, yet surprisingly alive and with Rory in hand. With Rory unconscious, Jamali is relieved that I didn't take his deal. I tell her this isn't over, and she'll need to keep Rory out of the city for a couple of days, sending them both via taxi to Del Mar, a ghost town on the outskirts of Night City, and giving her 250 eddies. Before she heads out, she tells us that Sony's casino is off the Del Coronado Bay at the Marina building by the market, which used to be a laundromat. It's next to a shipping container compound. We pick up Wraith and head home, yet as we approach the hovel, there is an expensive-looking, candy teal-coloured sports car with red windows out front, the lights pointing at the twin scalpels. I stop at the bodega on the corner, making it look like my intended destination, heading inside and grabbing a shot for Wraith and some smokes, ignoring the tiger claw calling my name. From inside the twin scalpels, Cass calls Wraith, who tells him about the car up front. Eventually, we decide to meet Cass at the burnt-out arcade nearby, so I can pick him up. Avoiding the confrontation, I drop Wraith off at a clinic to get medical attention and Cammy at home, taking Cass with me to Swag to drop off the mesh. Returning him to Cammy's, I end up sleeping in my car in New Westbrook. During the day, Cammy teaches me about elf lines online. She helps me create my character, which is the most we can do until I get a Segatari Rush Revolution to play. In the evening, we all group up and head to Sony's casino, where the sign out front still says Lynn's Laundry. There's a line, and we learn we need a specific badge to get past the bouncer inside, though with some coercion we manage to make our way in two separate groups. Cass searches the place and notices hatches in the ceiling all over the area and behind the bar, along with guards on the main floor and catwalk. As we're watching, there's commotion from a drunk patron and one of the hatches open, releasing a gas that coats the guy's head, suffocating him with small insects that crawl into his throat and cover his face. Wraith is given permission to talk to Sony and creates an elaborate story, taking Cammy with him, though she was supposed to stay behind. Upstairs, they meet with Sony, who is mid-party with a couple of girls and a pile of synth. There's also a security room with a netrunner in a chair. Wraith tells Sony that Blue hired a hit on him, blaming it on a mole in the organization, specifically the netrunner. Sony kills his man without thought, and with the runner gone, Cammy hacks into the system. While Sony talks to Wraith about how Kabuki is his, Watson is his, and how dare Blue think he can take it from him. A guard named Nuts arrives to take care of the dead body, and Wraith helps, but our rocket boy isn't stealthy enough to block the view of Cammy in the system. Unfortunately, at that moment, she encounters something that causes her to scream and sparks fly from her goggles. Wraith tells them she's eradicating a virus, as Cammy uploads the file the eyes gave us to grab her data. She races her footprint and gets out, falling over once she's back in meat space. Wraith goes to her, asking if she managed to stop the bomb, but unsure of what he's talking about, and with her mind injured from the attacks, she tells him there was no bomb, and what bomb. This effectively ruins the story he built up. Nuts overhears this truth, tells Sony the Wraith manages to convince the man to let them leave. However, from below, Cass, who's been watching the upstairs, notices the hatch open and a familiar smoke start to drift to the door of the office. To watch the story unfold live, tune into Saves vs. Death every Saturday at 10 PM Eastern at twitch.tv/Saves vs. Death. If you can't watch live, be sure to subscribe to the Saves vs. Death channel on YouTube so you can watch it as soon as the recording is released. Or you can always download it as a podcast. Stay safe, Cyberpunks. This has been your Night City Recap with Moxie 11.